Hi everyone, I'm Mona and I'm reading the Bhagwat Gita or the Song Divine on this channel. I have read till chapter 7 and today I'll be reading chapter 8. So let's begin. Arjun said, Krishna, what is that Brahma, absolute? What is Adhyatma, spirit? And what is Karma, action? What is called Adibhut, matter? And what is termed as Adidev, divine intelligence? Krishna, who is Adijanya here and how does he dwell in the body? And how are you to be realized at the death of by those of steadfast mind? Sri Bhagwan said, the supreme indestructible in Brahma, one's own self, the divine, the individual soul is called Adhyatma. And the primal resolve of God, Visarga, which brings forth the existence of being, is called Karma, action. All perishable objects are Adhibhut. The shining Purusha Brahma is Adidev, and in this body I myself, dwelling as the inner witness, am Adijanya. O Arjun, he who departs from the body, thinking of me alone, even at the time of death, attains my state. There is no doubt about it. Arjun, thinking of whatever entity one leaves the body at the time of death, that and that alone one attains, being ever observed in its thought. Therefore, Arjun, think of me at all times and fight. With mind and reason thus set on me, you will doubtless come to me. Arjun, he who with his mind disciplined through yoga in the form of practice of meditation and thinking of nothing else is constantly engaged in contemplation of God, attains the supremely effulgent divine Purusha, God. He who contemplates on all the knowing, ageless being, the ruler of all, subtler than the subtle, the universal sustainer, possessing a form beyond human conception, effulgent like the sun and far beyond the darkness of ignorance. Having the power of yoga, firmly held the life breath in the space between the two eyebrows, even at the time of death, and then contemplating on God with the steadfast mind, full of devotion, he reaches verily that supreme divine Purusha, God. I shall tell you briefly that about that supreme goal, that is God, who is an embodiment of truth, knowledge, and bliss, which the knowers of the Veda term as the indestructible, with striving reckless, free from passion, merged into and desiring which the celibates practice brahmacharya. Having controlled all the senses and firmly holding the mind in the heart, and then drawing the life breath to the head, and thus remaining steadfast in yogic concentration on God, he who lifts the body and departs, uttering the one indestructible Brahma, Om, and dwelling on me in my absolute aspect, reaches the supreme goal. Arjun, whosoever always and constantly thinks of me with undivided mind, to that yogi ever observed in me I am easily attainable. Great souls who have attained the past, the highest perfection, having come to me, and no more subject of transitory rebirth, which is the abode of sorrow and transient by nature. Arjun, all the worlds from Brahmalok, the heavenly realm of the creator Brahma, the downwards are liable to birth and rebirth. But, O son of Kunti, on attaining me there is no rebirth, for while I am beyond time, regions like Brahmalok, being conditions by time, are transitory. Those yogis who knows from realization Brahma's day as covering 1,000 Mahayugs, and so is his night as extending to another 1,000 Mahayugs, knows the reality of time. All embodied beings emanate from the unmanifest Brahma's subtle body. At the coming of the cosmic day, at the cosmic nightfall, they merge into the same subtle body of Brahma, known as the unmanifest. Arjun, this multitude of beings being born again and again is dissolved under compulsion of its nature at the coming of the cosmic night. and rises again at the commencement of the cosmic day. Far beyond even this unmanifest, there is yet another unmanifest existence, that supreme divine person who does not perish even though all beings perish. The same unmanifest which has been spoken as the undestructible is also called the supreme goal. That again my supreme abode, attaining which they return not to this mortal world. Arjun, that eternal unmanifest supreme Purush is whom all beings reside and by whom all this is pervaded is attainable only through exclusive devotion. Arjun, I shall now tell you the time, path, departing when yogi do not return, and also the time departing when they do return. Of the two paths, the one is that in which are stations the all-effulgent fire god and the deities presiding over daylight, and the bright fortnight and the 6 months of northward course of the sun respectively. Proceeding along it after death, yogis who have known Brahma, being successfully led by the above gods, finally reach Brahma. The other path is that wherein are stations the god presiding over smoke, night, the dark fortnight, and the 6 months of the southward course of the sun. The yogi devoted to action with an interested motive taking to this path after death is led by the above gods, one after another, and attaining the lustre of the moon and enjoying the fruit of his meritorious deeds in heaven returns to this mortal world. For these two paths of the world, the bright and the dark, are considered to be eternal. Proceeding by one of them, one reaches the supreme state from which there is no return. And proceeding by other, one returns to the mortal world, that is, becomes subject to birth and death once more. Knowing thus the secret of these two paths, O son of Kunti, no yogi gets deluded. Therefore, Arjun, at all times be steadfast in yoga in the form of equanimity. That is, strive constantly for my realization. The yogi, realizing this profound truth, doubtless transcends all the rewards enumerated for the study of the Vedas, as well as for the performance of sacrifices, austerities, and charities, and attains the supreme and primal state. Thus Nubit sung by the Lord, the science of Brahma, the scripture of the yoga, and the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjun is the 8th chapter entitled The Yoga of the Indestructible Brahma. So we're done with the 8th chapter, and tomorrow we will read chapter 9. I'm reading this book, the Bhagwat Gita or the Song Divine. It's a pocket size, and I have been reading it for a few days now. Tomorrow I'll be reading chapter 9. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye. Oh, Ruan, it's chapter 8 I was reading from the book Bhagwat Gita or the Song Divine. As you call it, the red book. Okay, bye.